All right, so hi Isabella, it's good to see you again. Today I'd like us to work together on creating a treatment plan that feels meaningful and realistic for you. This plan will focus on your goals, your strengths, and your preferences. You'll have an active role in deciding what we work on. How does that sound today?
That sounds good. I like that I get a say in it.
All right, so absolutely, you're the expert of your life, and this is a collaborative process. All right, so we'll start by identifying some priorities. So, if therapy were helpful for you, what would be different in your life?
I wouldn't feel so anxious all the time. I'd be more focused at work and more patient with my kids. I would also like to have a better support system.
Okay, so lowering anxiety, improving focus at work, and being more present as a parent and working towards building a strong support system seems like top priorities for you.
Yes,
All right, so let's start with anxiety. So, on a scale from 0 to 10, where would you say your anxiety is right now?
probably an 8,
Okay, and if therapy was successful, what would that number be?
maybe a 4.
Okay, all right, so that's a clear and realistic goal. Would it feel doable to work toward reducing your anxiety from an 8 to a 4 over the next couple of months?
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
Great. All right. So to make that happen, one step could be identifying what triggers your anxiety and the thoughts that come up. Would you be open to tracking those during the week?
Yes, I can do that.
All right. So our first goal will be reduce anxiety from an 8 to a 4 within 8 weeks. How does that feel?
That feels really good.
All right. Okay. And so to reach that goal, we'll set a few smaller steps. One could be identifying at least 3 anxiety triggers. Do those feel helpful?
Yes, I like having steps.
All right, so that shows you're already thinking about change in a practical way. So in addition to CBT tools, some clients find mindfulness helpful. This can include short breathing exercises or grounding techniques. Is that something you'd be open to trying?
Yes, I think that could help, especially when my heart starts racing.
Yeah, absolutely. So perfect. We can include a brief mindfulness exercise as part of your weekly practice as well. Okay. All right, moving right along to goal 2. All right, so healthy coping and supports. All right, so let's talk about support. Support systems are also important. Even though you're currently estranged from some of your family members, are there any natural supports? Okay, so friends, coworkers, or community connections you feel comfortable leaning on.
My kids motivate me, but I don't really lean on anyone else right now.
Okay, so you're carrying a lot on your own.
Yes.
Okay. So one goal we could set is strengthening your support system and finding healthier ways to cope with stress. Does that feel relevant to you?
Yes, I know I need that.
All right. And so would it be realistic to identify 2 support people or resources over the next month?
Yes, I think so.
Perfect. All right, and so now we're to talk a little bit about coping and substance use, okay? So you mentioned earlier that sometimes you drink when stressed. How do you feel about coping strategy? How do you feel about that specific coping strategy?
I don't love it. I'd rather have healthier options.
Okay. So part of you is already wanting to change.
Yes.
All right. So would you be open to replacing that with tools like mindfulness, journaling, and breathing exercises?
Yes, I like to try.
All right, perfect. All right, and so here's what we've decided together. I'm going to do a little summary. So one, we will reduce anxiety from an 8 to a 4 within the 8 weeks. And then number 2, we'll build healthier coping strategies and identify at least 2 supports within 12 weeks. Does that reflect on what we worked on today?
Yes, that feels right.
All right. So I really admire how thoughtful and honest you've been today. These goals are realistic and meaningful. Okay, and so I do have some homework for you. For this week, let's start small. I'll ask you to complete a CBT thoughtful record. When you notice anxiety, and when you notice that you're having anxiety, and then you'll practice a 5-minute mindfulness exercise once a day. How confident do you feel about doing that?
I feel pretty confident.
All right, that's great. So we'll review it together next session. And we are coming upon a closing. So I appreciate how thoughtful and engaged you were today. We'll review progress regularly and adjust the plans as needed. Before we end, how are you feeling about moving forward with these goals?
I feel hopeful and more in control.
All right. Well, I'm really glad to hear that, and thank you for working so collaboratively today.
Oh,
Nice to see you, Isabella.
thank you.
All right. Bye.